Here we go!
We're feeling very gay because it's almost time to play. Grab your favorite chair with the Lucky Pierres. Yeah!
Here we are at the Lucky Pierres. I watch a lot of stuff, so just let me do the research for you. And here's my recommendations for 5 movies you should watch for Christmas this year, and 5 you probably should not watch for like obscure, different, oddball Christmas movies. Avoid The Killing Tree. New this year. So much potential, but it really diminished most of my hopes for Blood and Honey, Neverland Nightmare, and The Reckoning because it's the same director. Premise is like a guy dies, his wife resurrects him, and he's a Christmas tree killing people. So much promise, it just did not deliver. Next, The Mean One. Rough. David Howard Thornton, who played Art the Clown in Terrifier, too good for this movie. Without the horrendous CGI blood, you heard that right. They use CGI for blood. Without the horrendous CGI blood, fire, and icicle, it's just a bad Hallmark movie. And not a good Hallmark movie, a bad Hallmark movie. Next up, He Knows. The acting is just atrocious. Again, just give us the kills and make it a short. But honestly, the kills weren't even that good. Let's see. Nutcracker Massacre. Again. Thought it was going to be at least funny and have some stuff. I mean, no. At least at about 40 minutes, the Nutcracker does rip off a man's nutsack. So if you want to, just skip to that part and then that's it. All of the women's faces in it are so fucking shiny, it's distracting. If there's a flashback story, if they just used that and just the kills, it would have been a fine short. But the rest is a bad UK Hallmark movie. Then, last up, Christmas Cruelty, which I actually got the Blu-ray of because it just came out physical, and you know, it's just, the opening is brutal and intense, I'll give it that. Within the first like minute or two, he goes at a baby with a circular saw. Then about nothing else happens. So just the beginning and the end, like there are about 3 good practical like effect scenes. If just those would have been a tiny short, it would have been much better off. But, so let's get into the doozies. Violent Night. If you wanted Die Hard to be more Christmassy and wanted Home Alone to be more gory, this is your movie. Sophia gave it a 10 out of 10. It's in theaters now. Christmas Bloody Christmas. Fucking loved it. Me and Ben, Joe wasn't there, me and Ben saw it in theaters. I love Joe Begos, the director. He's also a victim in the movie. Jeremy Gardner, who's an actor in most of his movies. Love them both. It has better fire than The Many Saints of Newark. Excellent synthy score. Just a fun and gory Christmas Terminator with lots of punk and metal like aesthetic / Easter eggs. You can catch it on Shudder. We saw it in theaters. This is not a new movie, but it should be considered a classic to rewatch at most Christmases. Deadly Games, a.k.a. Dial Code Santa Claus, a.k.a. Game Over. It's a French movie. It came out over a full year before Home Alone did. Yeah, I do have... This is a foreign DVD of it because you couldn't get it in America for a while. But it has since had multiple like DVD and Blu-ray releases for America. It's also on Shudder. But it came out over a full year before Home Alone. So honestly, some of the accusations that like ideas were stolen from this for Home Alone kind of hold some weight because it was out a full year and a half before it. But I think it came out at like a children's film festival, which is absurd because it's crazy. Think if Kevin was less scared and like more dark and the robbers were a demented Santa. Crazy, fun, absurd, lots of action and violence. And like I said, it should be a classic that you watch almost every Christmas. Next is it's not a new movie, but it just came out in physical this year. by partner label of Vinegar Syndrome, Factory 25, put it out on Blu-ray. It's called White Reindeer. Start off with some awkward kitchen sex into a brutal murder and deep grief in a Christmas comedy. Sign me up. It gets a little slow for a bit, but there's also some coke partying, shoplifting, and a straight-up orgy that leads into naked rock band. I've seen it described as mumblecore. I guess that makes sense. It's kind of all over the place, but a good change of pace for a Christmas movie. Then Better Watch Out. It's kind of like if Kevin really was a villain in Home Alone, and the victims were his babysitter and her boyfriend. Stars Dacre Montgomery, who was Billy in Stranger Things. Lots of fun, lots to love. It's like on tons of platforms. Amazon Prime, Peacock, Roku, Vudu, Tubi. No excuse not to watch it. That's 5 to see and not to see movies this Christmas. Go ahead and comment or message if you want any other recommendations, because I watch a lot of trash. So, Merry Christmas, you filthy animals.